If you're an IMG, how do you know which residency programs that you should be applying to? Well, that's the subject of today's video, and I'm Dr. Rajani Katta. I'm the author of The Successful Match, Rules to Succeed in the Residency Match, and I'm a part of MD2B Connect, where we have worked with many IMGs over the years. In today's video, we want to specifically highlight IMG-friendly internal medicine residency programs in the state of California. Why should you consider California? Well, California has 52 internal medicine residency programs, and in today's video, we're highlighting what we consider to be the top 10 IMG-friendly programs. Now, one of the reasons to think about California is it is number one in the United States for socioeconomic and cultural diversity. And when we highlight these top 10 internal medicine IMG friendly programs, how do we choose these? Well, if you are going by a single metric, you might say, okay, this program has 75% IMGs. This is the one I should be applying to. But the reality is that it's far more nuanced than that. As you'll see in the video, we look at other criteria. So for example, some programs specifically have minimum Step 2 USMLE scores. Other programs require that you be, let's say, within 2 years of graduation of medical school. Yet others have a minimum expected U.S. clinical experience. For example, they might require a minimum of 6 months of U.S. clinical experience. So you need to take all of these factors into account when you are choosing which programs that you should be applying to. So with that, let me go ahead and start highlighting the top 10 IMG-friendly internal medicine residency programs in California.
For the programs in California, I want to start with Kern Medical Center program. And what I want to point out is that 96% of their residents are IMG, so a high percentage. And this is in Bakersfield, California. Now, they do offer a J1 visa, but I want to point out that they do have some specific requirements. You have to have graduated within the past 3 years, and they do have cutoff Step 1 and Step 2 scores at least 230. So this may not be applicable to all applicants, but for the right applicant, this might be a great program to consider. There's also Eisenhower Health Medical Center program in Rancho Mirage, California, where 92% of residents are IMGs. Now, they do require that you have passed your Step 1 on the first attempt with a score of 220, so that is very specific. They also want graduation within the past 5 years, and I also am going to highlight the fact that they do not offer any visas. St. Joseph's Medical Center program in Stockton has 90% IMGs. Although they don't have cutoff scores, they do specify you can have no more than one failed attempt on Step 1 and Step 2 combined. They would like you to have U.S. clinical experience, and they would prefer that graduation cutoff date within the past 2 years. Also note that they do offer a J1 visa. Another program is the UCSF, University of California, San Francisco, Fresno program in Fresno. A majority of residents are IMGs, so 54%. Now, they are specific with some of their requirements. You do need to have passed Step 1 and Step 2 on your first attempt. They do require at least 4 weeks of U.S. clinical experience in 2 different settings. They prefer hands-on experience, and then they prefer that you have graduated within the past 3 years. As well, they offer a J1 visa. Now, St. Agnes Medical Center program, also in Fresno, a majority are IMGs at 68%. They do have cutoff scores, at least 200 on your Step 1 and Step 2. Although they don't offer any visas, still a program to consider, and they require graduation within the past 5 years. Sierra View Medical Center program is in Porterville, California. Again, a majority, almost 3/4 are IMGs, 69%. They are pretty specific with Step 1 and Step 2. They prefer at least a score of 220 on both, and they prefer passage on the first attempt. They would like you to have graduated within the past 3 years. They do offer that J1 visa. St. Mary's Hospital and Medical Center program is in San Francisco. 49% are IMGs, so almost half. They do have cutoff scores, so at least a 220 on step 1 and step 2. Graduation within the past 5 years. They offer that J1 visa. Arrowhead Regional Medical Center program is in Colton, California. A majority are IMGs at 61%. Now, they do have cutoff scores of 220 and 235 on your step 2. Also, note that they specifically request at least 6 months of U.S. clinical experience, hands-on preferred, and a graduation date within the past 4 years. This is not the program if you're seeking visas because they don't offer any, but if you meet the qualifications, this is a good program to consider. St. Mary Medical Center program is in lovely Long Beach, California. I visited. It's beautiful. 39% are IMGs. They do have cutoff scores of at least a 210 on step 1 and step 2, and they would like graduation within the past 5 years. They offer J1 and F1 visas. Kaiser Permanente, Southern California program in Fontana, California. Not that many IMGs, only 18%, but they do offer both a J1 and an H1B visa. They do not have cutoff scores either, and they do not have graduation cutoff scores. So, although you do have to have step 1 and step 2, there's not a particular cutoff score. So, this might be a program to consider for a particular applicant. From all of us here at MD2B Connect, we wish you the best of luck with your application season. I'm Dr. Rajani Katta with my partner, Dr. Samir Desai.